Hello, everyone. It's time for Van Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. I'm your host, Pete Costanis. This is episode 412, season 17. Today's date is March 2nd, 2024, and welcome to the show. It's a beautiful Sunday today. On today's program, I'm going to talk about my memories of Walgreens Ice Cream. So I posted a photo. Well, it wasn't a photo yesterday. It was like an ad from a newspaper. And once people saw that on Facebook, they went crazy. And then the memories just flooded. And they remember eating this ice cream when they were little or where their parents bought it, like their mom or their grandmother. And I will talk about my memories of Walgreens ice cream. Also, I'm going to read off another menu from the Come Back Inn. And that's a restaurant that was located in Melrose Park. Yeah, so this will be interesting. And to this day, people still miss this place. I can understand that. So it's, so this will be a lot of fun. Before I get started, the program will go into a commercial break. And this program is brought to you by Don't Spill the Beans. And that's a game from Shopper. Yeah, Shopper. And I remember this commercial very well, and the game itself. So sit back and relax, and I'll be right back with the show, folks. Thank you.
Don't spill the beans, that's the name of the new exciting bean pot game. Fill the pot up bean by bean, it's the funniest game you've ever seen. Easy does it, careful now, one more bean and kapow! Two can play it soaked in four, you've never had such fun before. Don't spill the beans, it's the game to play, add one more bean and it's beans away! Big kids, little kids, all the same, when you're out of beans, you've won the game.
Don't Spill the Beans, a real fun game by Shopper.
Okay, everyone, I am back. I hope you enjoy the commercial for Don't Spill the Beans. Let me give you a brief description of the game. It was, designed by Shopper Toys, with Cootie. Remember that? He's a little, I don't know, some creature with a lot of legs. Maybe a centipede or something like that. Anyway, that was created in 1957, and it was a board game. And the object of the game is each player has like a dish full of plastic beans, and then you try to put them all in a cauldron. And so you put them so you fill it, so both players, or there'd be more, there's 2 to 4 players. They try to fill it up, the cauldron, all the way to the top, and very carefully put on top. So if they do it gently and gingerly, if it tips over, you lose, and you got to start all over again. And the object of the game is, if you finished all your beans before it gets tipped over, you win. I think that's how it was done. I never had this game. I played it some of the kids' house when I was a kid, and that was a lot of fun. It really was. Right now, then Milton Bradley bought it, and then Hasbro got it because Shopper Toys is gone. They like that. So I remember the commercials. I used to play the commercials when I was a kid. I watched cartoons and TV reruns, mostly on Channel 32. Like when I watched Magilla Gorilla, Peter Potamus, or Felix the Cat, or Speed Racer. And they would show this commercial like that. And, it's still a lot of fun. It's still being made. You can still buy it. You buy it at Amazon, or you go, if Toys R Us, they're coming back. So they opened one in Harlem and Irving. So hopefully they'll open more stores. You can buy it there. Or you buy it at Target or Walmart. You'll find it. Go to the toy department. You'll find it. Okay. So at the beginning of the program, I mentioned I'm going to talk about my memories of Walgreens Ice Cream and read off a menu from the restaurant to Come Back In that was located in Melrose Park, Illinois. Before I get started, I'm not going to talk about my health because I already covered that. All I'm going to say is that I have an operation on Wednesday to take care of the scar tissue. again around my prostate area, but hopefully they'll try a new drug. Maybe I won't have to do that again for a long, long time. I hope. Of course, I have to wear a catheter, which I hate, just for a couple of days. So that's not so bad. I noticed lately when you go through social media, like, for example, X, formerly Twitter, not Instagram, not so much. Facebook's the worst. It's all political and all that. It's funny when you know people, even people you've known for a long time, when you were kids, and they get a little crazy, with the political climate like that, and also repetitive posts like that. And sometimes you're scrolling and you think, like, I've seen this stuff before. I don't want to see it again. And, this makes me uncomfortable. You have the option. You hide the posts, or you don't follow the people. You're still friends, which is great, but you don't have to follow them, or they share the posts from other sources, other pages and groups. You can hide those. That's a great option like that, and you get bombarded by stuff, and you want to see nice things, and that's what people want to see. For me, saying that, I tried to refrain myself. It's not easy like that. So, and I always look for nostalgia on Facebook, like old commercials or products. That's what makes me happy to see that. And then, so there are good pages, there are good groups that, they need some escapism like that, but, another complaint is, like, people send it through Messenger. They send, oh, this person did this person did that. I ignore. I go, sorry, I'm not interested, or like I don't answer. They just vent. They just they got to calm down. You don't want to lose your friendship over stuff like that. Is it really worth it? No, it's not. It's your life. You do what you want, and you do what's best, and you let your heart tell you, and you'll make the right decision. Even if they disagree with you, you got to be respectful. That's how it is. Even the worst is family members. So thank God I don't have that problem. But I know people that do, and it's awful. It's horrible. Horrible. It's like that. All right. Enough. Okay, that's enough for that depressing thing. So, I'm here to uplift you and make you happy. And that's what I'm going to do right now. All right. So let's talk about Walgreens Ice Cream. That is a great memory of mine when I was a kid, and also other people. The first time I saw Walgreens Ice Cream is when my family and I lived in South Shore, in the South Shore neighborhood on the south side. There was a Walgreens right on the corner of East 75th Street and Exchange Avenue. The building's still there. And my mom shopped there all the time, and on that corner and on that street, because she told me there was a butcher shop, and there was high-low foods, and there was a kind of like, how would I say that, a five and dime store called Scott's. And she told me that, and they were found in Columbus, Ohio, I think, and I found a couple stores like that. I don't know if they were in the Chicagoland area. I got to look it up, because that was the only location that I remembered. Anyway, so Walgreens sold their ice cream there. They sell them by the pint, and they've been making it for a long, long time, probably maybe 100 years, I guess, because in the old days, Walgreens used to have soda fountains, and they had a big one downtown, I think on Randolph and State. I think so. I remember that. I remember my mom took me there one time downtown, and We went down the escalator, and there was a cafeteria. It's not there anymore. So, Walgreens is still there, but it's been remodeled. It's been changed like that. Anyway, when you go to inside the store, you will go to the frozen foods area or the ice cream section, and they have them all on display. And according to some people, I think this is true, they had 21 flavors. I believe that. And I remember seeing that. They were all lined up around the shelf, with different colors of the boxes and the flavors. So that was kind of cool. And I remember one early memory where my mom bought a pint. I don't remember what flavor, maybe vanilla or something like that. And she would just put it, remove it from the pint box and just place it on a plate. And then we would share it, me and my brothers, and we take spoons and we eat that. Oh, that was good. That was good. Some people mentioned they put like waffle cookies, like big waffles or something like that. So they opened the box and they placed the ice cream in between, and then they split it among family members and they eat that. Yeah, we've never done that. So not with the waffles like that. Of course, the flavors, of course, they had the standards, chocolate, vanilla, strawberry. They had one couple of flavors that stood out for most people that mentioned frequently was black walnut and New York cherry, which was like vanilla with cherry. They said that was the best. It really was. They had spumoni. What else? Fudge Ripple. Oh, they had a lot of butter pecan. They said that butter pecan was awesome. I love butter pecan. Oh, it's delicious. Oh, that's so good. And over the years, they advertised it on television and mostly in the Sunday newspapers. And they had coupons, and you can clip coupons, and then you go head over to your neighborhood Walgreens and buy a couple of pints, And that was great where, let's say you had unexpected company or company and you want to buy ice cream, you can just head down to Walgreens and buy a couple of pints. You're all set. That was convenient. So all throughout the years when I was a kid, being a teenager, when I was a teenager, excuse me, I used to see in the aisles, when I did my shopping, and then I saw the ice cream, and I always headed to the ice cream section to see what flavors they had. And it was kind of nice. It's very nostalgic. It's a nice, warm feeling to see that. Today, they make ice cream, but it's called Nice brand. I don't know if it's the same. I wish they'd bring back the original. That'd be fine. There was another brand called Delish or something like that. That didn't last long. So they had Nice. So I did go to the ice cream section, and it's a Nice. They had ice cream bars, drumsticks, of course, ice cream. It's not the same, because I felt disappointed seeing that, and because it was. Back then, it was, the boxes were colorful, and you had like the headings of, the writing on the boxes, Walgreens, and they had the flavors and all that. Oh, not anymore like that. To this day, I still love ice cream. Right now, I can't eat it because, I'm going through cancer, chemotherapy. I can't have sweets, so that's a bummer. I gotta watch it. So because it's high in sugar, so I gotta wait a while. Maybe in the summer, and just celebrate. Anyway, so of all the brands, like for example, like Jewel, they make their own ice cream. Like in the old days, National. Hilo had Ronnie's ice cream, which was Ronnie's Rich Ice Cream. It was called that. But there's nothing like Walgreens. There's nothing like it. And it's so iconic. It really is. Maybe someday I'll come back. We'll see. Okay. So right now I'm going to take a break, and when I come back, I'm going to talk about the Comeback Inn. That was located at Melrose Park, Illinois. It was a restaurant, very famous for their Kodiak burger. Oh, I wish I had that. That sounds so good. So sit back and relax, and I'll be right back with the show, folks. Thank you. Okay, everyone, I am back. Now we're going to talk about the Comeback Inn. Okay, this is what I found. I'll give you a little history of this restaurant. This was located at 1913 West Lake Street in Melrose Park. And let's see. The owners of the restaurant were James Yukon Jim Cortino, and his wife was Bula. And I don't know when this opened. I don't know if they had another restaurant before. I'm not sure. And this is so the Cortino family, they owned a liquor store and they had a pizzeria named the Comeback Inn for many years. And the restaurant was it's like a hunting lodge, like when you go out in the woods, or if you go hunting or camping, if it looks like that. And so the Cortino family, they did a lot of family trips in the 1950s, and they always went to the Yukon Territory, up north in Canada, and he opened a hunting and fishing lodge there, which I did not know that. And so the interior had like high ceilings supported by gigantic wood beams, fireplaces, mounted animals. Of course, it was the famous moose, where this is what my neighbor said, that you go to one room, you see the moose's head, and then when you go to another room, you see his butt. The way he said it, was laughing. I talked about this restaurant before, but not with the menu. So so they've had the restaurant for many years. I don't know when exactly they opened it. So, but it was there in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s, and then even the early 2000s. So, a lot of people got older and they retired, and so they decided to close it, which was a shame. Like that. Also, the restaurant was famous for their Kodiak burgers. I will get into that in a moment. Like that. So the restaurant closed probably, let's see, I just want to make sure. I think 2004, something like that. I could be wrong. So, yeah, it was like 2004. And, yeah. So, according to the Tribune that was published, it was September 9th. So, I guess it was just around that time that it shut down for good. So, it says this here, it was there for 43 years. So, well, that's good. It's like that. Anyway, so let's see. So you're like 44 years. So it was there for like probably in the 60s. It was there like that. But I don't think it started that small like that. No, I don't think something like that. Anyway, right now I have a menu, so I'm gonna read off that, and it's only about a few pages. Well, not a few pages, but it's very small. So let's see. So right now I'm going to start with the beers they served. Like, for example, they had Miller, Genuine Draft, Miller Lite, Michelob, just like that. Also, they had Yukon Jim's Ale. I don't know what that was, so it sounded pretty good. And they had Bass Ale, Heineken, and Tetley's English Ale. So they served ale and beer. So Yukon's Jim Ale, maybe, I don't know, maybe they made it in-house. I have no idea. No clue. They served, so they had domestic import, then wines they had in stock, like Rosé, Burgundy, Chablis, Rhine, Chardonnay, Cabernet Sauvignon, White Zinfandel, and Merlot. And they had special cocktails. One was called the Grizzly Bear. The one was called the Garden Bear that was only served in the summer, and the Brown Bear. So that was so it was like it's called like private recipe cocktails like that. Oh, okay, interesting. Like that. Okay, now we're gonna get to the food, which is I'm looking forward to that. Okay, and let's see what we got. Some of it I can't read, but I will do my best. So they had appetizers. They had home-style onion rings, mozzarella cheese sticks, veggie combo, if you want that, hot buffalo wings, Klondike cheese fries, and regular cheese fries. They had, I can't read the rest of it, so that's all I can get out of that. Soup of the day, they had, of course, soup du jour. They had baked onion soup. That sounded so good. Or like homemade vegetable soup. They had the Wolverine burger. I don't know what that was in. So it's like a Italian sausage patty, and it was served with spaghetti. It's like that. They had the Roadrunner. That's like a boneless chicken breast sandwich with barbecue sauce, and you can serve it with cheese, like that. Also, they had the kids menu, like a petite hamburger, peanut butter and jelly sandwich, chicken nuggets, a hot dog, grilled cheese. Yeah, that sounded very good. Okay. Now, the next two pages, I could read the middle one very well. So here we go. Now, here's the one that I mentioned a couple times. They had the Kodiak style burger, and that was like a half a pound of choice ground beef. Ooh, that sounded so good. And also was and that cost $6.95. I don't know when this menu was printed. So, and then you had $7.50. So you had about 55 cents extra for slice of cheese. They had a petite burger that was like a third pound burger compared to the half a pound. They had a petite cheeseburger, of course. The Kodiak Bergen Brian. This is a 1 pounder. Oh, this was huge. This was a big hamburger, That sounds so good. And of course, they had a Kodiak cheeseburger like that. Sides, they had American cheese with mozzarella, any cheese you like. It comes with a kosher dill pickle, grilled onions. You want lettuce or tomato, coleslaw. You want French fries. You want, the breads they served. Either you want sesame seed, black Bavarian, or light bright. And the side dishes, was golden French fries or cottage cheese. Okay. And if you want something special, like it's called extra special trimmings. They had sauteed mushrooms. Let's see, like some bacon on side, spaghetti sauce, Italian like that, or barbecue sauce, or order a rich brown gravy. If you want to add like that. They also had patty melts. They had Kodiak patty melt. That was half a pound, and the petite was a third pound, like that. And same size, like that. They also had steaks, and it was called Yukon Jim's Finest Steaks. Choice Porterhouse and New York Strip. Also, they had a ribeye steak sandwich. It was like 8 ounces, so any way you want to cook it, Rare, medium well. I like medium well for myself. Okay. Klondike specials, they had barbecue baby back ribs, either a half slab or a full slab. You can have, I'm not sure what this one is. It's chicken combos like that. Also, chicken breast strips, grilled cheese sandwich, it's a tuna salad sandwich, a turkey sandwich. They had that, and a Reuben sandwich. I'm not a fan of Reuben because I don't like rye bread, but I like the inside of it. Like corned beef or Swiss cheese or something like that. Yeah. They also had a turkey club sandwich. They had a BLT if you want that. Tuna melt. They also had that. So that sounds good. So a BLT, they had a regular sandwich or a club sandwich like that. And that's about it. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. I'm glad I found this menu. So, I've kept it. So that's good to know. Okay. So a lot of people wish this restaurant would come back because it was a great place. The food was excellent. The atmosphere was very nice. It's just like you're going out in the country, in the mountains like that. There are pictures on the internet of the place, outside the restaurant. I believe there's like a black bear, like hanging right out there. As for what is there now? Nothing. There's nothing there. It's an empty, last I looked, there's an empty lot. And that's a shame. I wish somebody would build something, or hopefully maybe they come back in, we'll come back. No, I don't see that happening. That's a shame. That's a shame indeed. Like that. So, like I said before, there's pictures on the internet. You could take a look at it. They also have the picture of the moose, with the head in one room and his butt on the other. So if you want that. And it's, I had a picture one time and I posted it on Facebook and it showed the interior, like where they're sitting, like that. They had fireplaces there too, as I recall. So I guess every time I post something about come back in, boom. People start talking. They remember their memories. They miss the food. They even remember what they ate. That's amazing. Like that. Okay. So that's it for this program. I'll do a recap of what I talked about. I talked about my memories of Walgreens Ice Cream. And I read off a menu from the restaurant to come back in that was located at 1913 Lake Street in Melrose Park, Illinois. This podcast will be published later on today, wherever podcasts are available. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, also Breaker, Overcast. If you have those apps on your phone or your tablet, maybe your desktop, if you can, type in, do a search, you can find the latest episodes. Tap follow. You'll receive notifications of the latest episode. Also, listen to previous episodes if you like. Also, it'll be shared on my blog, www.vanchicagoland.blog. They're all listed. It'll take you right to Spotify. If you click on that, and you can listen to previous episodes if you like. You can subscribe to my podcast on Spotify if you'd like. Also, it'll be on my YouTube channel, and again, people ask me, where do I find your podcast? Where do I find your podcast? You can find it on YouTube. Type in my name, Pete Costanis, or Van Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. It'll take you right there to the channel. Tap subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. You can listen to, you will receive a notification of the latest episode. Also, you can listen to previous episodes. They're all there, all 411 of them, including this one. Also, be sure to my social media accounts, Facebook, X, LinkedIn, Reddit, Blue Sky, Instagram, Threads, and TikTok. You can click on the links or copy the links. It'll take you right there, and you can listen to my podcast anywhere, any place. whatever you like. Even your car. It's on CarPlay, I believe. I have trouble getting CarPlay on my car, so I think you need like an adapter or something so you can hook it up. I'm going to look it up. Maybe I'm going to try that. But a long time ago, someone sent me a photo of the person listening in her car, listening to my podcast, which is kind of cool. That was very nice of her. Okay. So this is Pete Kasash, your host for Vanishing Colorland Stories, the podcast. Thank you for joining me. Today is Sunday. Looks like a nice day. It's a little warmer than yesterday. It was cold, but the sun is out and the sky is blue. It looks like it's going to be a nice Sunday. And just relax. I will do another podcast probably Tuesday. We'll see. Okay. So here's bye-bye for me, and here's a little traveling music from our favorite person in the whole wide world, Ray Rayner, saying bye, bye, bye. Take care, everyone, and so long.
We have to go. Bye, bye, bye.